Oh god, no. First red flag of Starfield, something that could potentially be disruptive to the game's success, I guess. God, I really hate having to talk about this because I'm so hyped for this game. There will be a little bit of a spoiler, but I'd rather people knew about this ahead of time so that they know what they're getting into. And yeah, so welcome back to the channel. We're here with some more Starfield content talking about this little piece of news. And if you want to stay subscribed to my channel or subscribe as a fresh person who hasn't subscribed before, then press that subscribe button. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm also giving away Starfield in the video description and down in the comment section. You will see the video link. Go over, check it out and watch it and enter the competition and you might win Starfield. But do you want Starfield after you hear about this video today? Let's get into it. On screen, you are seeing a pop-up that happens in game saying boundary reached. Fast travel to ship, open planet map, or B to cancel. Open the map to explore another region or return to your ship. It seems like this game has boundary limits when it comes to planets. This is what was first reported, that you will only be able to run a certain area within the planet, and that's it. Now, if that was the case, that would be absolutely terribly awful. And the thing that really is, you know, kind of annoying about it is when you see this tweet from Pete Hines, who is obviously the developer or part of the development team. Someone said, when I land on a planet, will I be able to explore the whole entire planet? And he says, yep, if you want, walk on, brave explorer. Now, obviously, that tweet is contradicted kind of by the picture we just saw. But what it means is, and I'm pretty sure this is the case, when you land on a planet or you're in a certain area of a planet, there is boundaries created where you can only go so far. That doesn't mean that the rest of the planet is off limits. It just means you have to go back to your ship, travel in your ship to a new area, land in the new area of the planet, and then you'll also have boundaries created for that. So it seems like wherever you land, wherever you are on a planet, there's a certain limit you can travel on foot before you have to move your ship to get to a new area, which in my opinion is not only immersion breaking, but very, very frustrating. Now, I'm not a developer. I don't know what resources went into this game. I don't know how to fix this problem or make it any different. But if you look at something like No Man's Sky, which is completely procedural generated, but you can run the entire planet if you want. And this game, it seems like you can only run a certain amount of space and then you'll have to move your ship and run another certain amount of space, which is very, very annoying for me, especially as someone who likes to explore, who likes to go around and look for things and see if there's anything unique or hidden or just anything cool that's on a planet. Now it's going to have to be broken up into sections, which obviously is very, very frustrating because it is immersion breaking. If you're on a planet and you want to look around and do things, you kind of have to keep stopping and moving and stopping and moving. I'm very, very disappointed in this decision for the game. Now, I don't know if it's technically able to do anything but this, or this is the only option when it comes to the systems they're using and how they develop the game, but it's very disappointing because of the fact that they also have played it off to be something completely different without actually saying that. Like, it's kind of like, this is the real thing that happens where we get these boundaries, but we're not going to mention that. We're just going to say, oh, you can search the entire planet, but not, you can search the entire planet, but you're going to have to move your ship to be able to go to a new place. So I think it's very deceptive, and it has really kind of annoyed me to hear that this is the case of the game. I'm hoping, I goddamn hope to God, that everything else within your space, wherever you land, what your boundaries are, I hope there's a lot to get in that boundary limit. So say like you can maybe walk for 20 minutes in any direction and then hit the boundary. That to me is fine. But if you can only walk like 3 or 4 minutes and then you hit a boundary, that's a problem. So it really depends on how big this boundary is once you land, because obviously the bigger it is, the boundary, the more stuff you can get in that particular landing. And then, you know, you search the place for it and you'll be like, okay, yeah, I can move on to another place now, and then move your ship. It's annoying, it's frustrating, it's something that we shouldn't be having to deal with. But if that's the case and there's a big boundary every time you land, I can be okay with it, because there's going to be other main quest stuff to do. It's not a solely exploring game. So there's you know, the balance of it, of being like this really important part, like a city with quests and all this kind of stuff, and then you land and there's a big enough boundary where you can experience it without being too worried about hitting the boundary, I think I'll be okay with it. But if it's very restrictive in terms of the boundary limit, I am going to be very annoyed personally. I'm still going to play the game, still going to love the game, because it does look like an incredible game regardless, but it is just really frustrating that this is now something we're going to have to deal with. Hopefully, potentially, maybe they might change it in the future. You know, No Man's Sky went through many iterations and many fixes and changes, so hopefully maybe in the future they can remove this from the game. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today. What do you think about it? Are you worried about this? Is it something you care about? You know, let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you for watching. I've been easynow. You guys have been awesome.